Okay, this is a reptilian abduction from about 2014. It was on a Sunday. No, it wasn't. It was on a Saturday at about 11 o'clock in the morning. And at this time, I was asking for out-of-body experiences. I wanted an out-of-body experience where I could skydive out of an airplane. That's what I was trying to ask for. Lots of times I ask for stuff like that, and I get it exactly. But this time, so I don't know, I guess maybe I was just going to get this experience regardless because it had nothing to do with what I asked for. But yeah, around this time, I was asking for them to abduct me and give me an out-of-body experience like I was skydiving out of an airplane. So anyway, I guess maybe I was just going to get this experience regardless. So anyway, what this reptilian being did, he took me from the front bedroom. I don't sleep in the front bedroom a lot, but I sleep in the back bedroom, but I did sleep in the front bedroom. And he pulled me out of body, although this time I did not feel him pull me out of body. I did not feel him. So mainly my consciousness started right as he was pushing me down the hallway. I have a really wide hallway, and basically he was standing behind me, and he was just like la 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 la. But anyway, he felt about 6'4", and basically it felt like he was just moving me with his mind. I was floating out of body, and like I say, I did not feel him this time take me out of body, but I knew I was out of body once I reached the hallway, and he was standing behind me. And he was pushing me down the hallway, standing behind me with just his mind. He wasn't pushing me with his hands. He was just pushing me along with his mind. And I was like, la 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 la, floating on my back about, I would say about 4 feet above the ground. I was floating on my back. And for whatever reason, as he was taking me down the hallway, as he was taking me, and he was definitely a male. He was very, very, very male. Very male, very proud. Yeah, he just kind of seemed like, okay, I got to go take this bitch on an experience because she asked for it. It seemed like he had a job to do or something. But that's not what I asked for, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so anyway, so for whatever reason, as he was pushing me down the hallway with his mind, standing behind me, walking along with me behind me, for whatever reason, I reached back and I touched his stomach area, his abdominal area, his left side. And I don't know if he made me do that or if I just did it on my own accord. But anyway, it was freaking awesome because I felt his scales. Because most of the time these beings, they won't really show their freaking face, and when they do try to show themselves, they'll freaking blur it up. They'll blur up their face, like in the Abduction, or they'll just not show themselves at all. But I have this one being that's showing himself more and more. His name is Joel, but this particular being, I do not think it was Joel. I think this was a different being. But yeah, so, and there wasn't any sex or anything in this abduction. Yeah, it was just very... Well, actually, this abduction was kind of boring, but I don't want to, really say it was boring, because I love being out of body, period, no matter if it is boring or if it's exciting or whatever. But for whatever reason, right in the middle of the hallway, as he was pushing me along with his mind, walking along with me, standing behind me, I reached back with my left hand, and I touched. I was laying on my back, floating along about 3.5 feet above the ground. No, maybe 4 feet above the ground. And I touched his stomach area, and I felt his freaking scales. And to me, he felt like a smooth, scaly fish. I mean, that's what he felt like to me. I mean, you could totally feel the scales. They were smooth. They were kind of soft. I mean, they were just like smooth, soft scales. But you could definitely feel the scales, but they weren't slimy or anything. And, yeah, so to me, it felt like a fish, a scaly fish, except not slimy. And I'm thinking there was, a long, long time ago, some boots, some leather boots that people had. that I maybe felt, and it kind of reminded me of those boots, but I don't know if they were like alligator boots or snake boots or whatever. But yeah, man, so that was freaking awesome. Now, he did not show me his face, but I think he was a flat-faced being. I don't think he was a snouted being. I felt like he was more of one of those flat-faced reptilians. But yeah, I felt like he was about 6'4". I could try to bring up a picture real quick. Well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, he felt like he was about 6'4", and he just kind of seemed like la. Like, he didn't talk to me or anything, but he just kind of seemed like I got to take this bitch on this experience because she asked for it. But that's not what I asked for. You know, I was asking for like an abduction, or or semi-virtual, reality type of experience, or abduction, where they could simulate me, jumping out of an airplane. So far, I haven't exactly gotten that one yet, but I've gotten a lot of other things. So anyway, he was taking me down the hallway. He did not take me into the kitchen or the dining room for whatever reason, but so he was taking me down the hallway, and then for whatever reason, we went over here by the TV in the corner. And he kept like walking around in circles and taking me around in circles. I mean, here I am floating on my back, 4 feet above the ground, out of body, just floating around in circles. He did that like 4 or 5 times, like bam, 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 like 5 times. Took me around in little circles, like 5 times in this corner where my TV is. And so after he did that for about 4 or 5 times, he took me on back down the hallway. He went back, in the front bedroom where I was sleeping, and he just like nudged me, like back in body, he just like nudged me kind of hard, just bam. So I thought that was kind of funny, because a lot of these beings, they're not exactly gentle giants, but I have had experience with gentle giant beings, reptilian beings. Oh yeah, that's another abduction I'll have to talk about. But yeah, so a lot of the beings aren't exactly like gentle, if you know what I'm saying. But some of them are. But yeah, he literally like just like bam, like nudged me back in body. I mean, I totally felt it and everything. How my astral body was like bam, being shoved back in my physical body. But anyway, let me see if there was any other parts to this abduction. Oh yeah. So anyway, that was basically the end of the abduction. But when I woke up, but like I say, the most awesome thing was, I mean, I already freaking knew he was a reptilian, regardless if I would have felt his ass or not. I knew he was a freaking reptilian. But it was awesome to feel him because, that was the first time I actually ever felt their skulls. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that was the end of the abduction after he shoved me, like forcefully, like bam, shoved me back in body. When I woke up and everything, back in this reality, and I went in the living room, I noticed, I think he left his little mark. This was a little marker to say, hey, yes, I gave you this abduction. What he did was he cocked the doors to my TV stand, like perfectly. See, I have cats that kind of go in there sometimes, and sometimes they will come out those doors, but there's no way my cats could have done that this perfectly, cock those 2 little doors open like that. Perfectly. So yeah, I know he did that, because they can manipulate physical stuff as well. That they literally, I don't know if it was a reptilian or a gray, but I know it was one or the other. This was like a few weeks after that first physical abduction, after my mass awakening a couple years ago. They freaking body slammed my lamp over, my tall lamp in the kitchen. I mean, physically, forcefully, bam. And they actually wedged it all perfectly and crookedly, like up under. They wedged it and bent it up under the cabinet. And so I thought maybe I was going to get another abduction that night, but I didn't get any physical abduction until many months later, till that January 29th. But yeah, I don't know why they do stuff like that, but sometimes, I mean, normally they don't do stuff so hardcore like that. I mean, they literally bitch slapped my lamp over. But like I say, I don't know if it was a gray or a reptilian, but I believe it was one or the other. So anyway, this reptilian being, he cocked my TV doors open, the TV stand doors open, and I did take a picture of it. Well, actually, this is a reenactment, but this is a picture I just took. But I think he was basically saying, okay, I'm leaving my little mark, that yes, I did take you on this abduction, so he left his little marker. So here's the picture. Yeah, see how he just cocked him like perfectly like that. There's no way my cats could have done that. And I'm real OCD, I never have those doors open, you know what I'm saying? I always have them closed. Because I'm kind of OCD about things. So anyway, that was the end of that experience, but it was really awesome to see, to feel his skills. Yeah, hopefully they'll start to like show their faces more and more. And Joel he's kind of starting to show his face more and more, and kind of starting to show himself more and more. But it was really awesome to feel his smooth scales. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyway, like I say, I felt his stomach area, his left side of his stomach area